Hey, welcome to my video. My name's Zara. I'm 21 years old. I live in Brisbane in Australia, and I'm here to talk to you today about a very personal issue of mine, about trichotillomania. Now, I'm assuming that if you've come across this video, you either have heard of it, have it, or know someone who has it, because it's something that a lot of people don't know about unless you actually suffer with it. I'm here today to share you my story, mainly because I feel like it needs to be talked about a lot more than what it is. Because people who suffer this condition can be very good at hiding it, which basically means, as I said, not a lot of people know about this condition unless you actually have it yourself. Now, my trichotillomania started when I was about 11 years old. It was quite bizarre because, all my life I've always had this really long natural brown hair, thick, curly, just took it for granted. Anyway, when I was about 11 years old, I went through a lot in school. I actually moved over from the UK to Australia at the time, and I believe that the stresses of school and the stresses of the move actually were the root cause to this for me. In saying that was probably the first memory of me actually pulling out my hair, but it actually doesn't have like that much of a specific memory in my head for me to be able to show you photos, or for me to be able to tell you about a time that I noticed that I was pulling. The only thing that I can remember was I had my hair cut at my hairdresser's, and because I used to pull from the nape of my neck, so it was quite easy to hide because I had all this thick long hair, and then underneath I just had these little wispy bits. And it almost just looked just like how, I don't know, natural. And she said to me, "Oh, your hair's like really short at the back. Like why is it so short? I don't understand." And I said, "Oh," and I was really embarrassed, and I was all, trying to cover it up. And I just said, "Oh, me and my friend, we cut it as a joke." And she said, "Oh, well, it doesn't have that cut. It looks like you've ripped." And I said, "Oh, does it? Oh, yeah, it's probably just got split ends. I was just lying anyway." And then it faded. I didn't do it for a long time. When I was 16, I had long, brown, natural, pretty hair. Long, blondie, brownie hair. And it was just my thing, my hair was everything, and I believe that the root cause for it was a lot of personal things happened to me in my last year of high school. I would probably define my last year of high school as my probably worst year of my life, in terms of my social life. I think you know what I'm getting at, but just for discretion purposes. It was a tough year. It was a very tough year. My grades were just failed every subject. Just did horrendously. And ever since then, I haven't been able to stop pulling. Now, when you look at my hair, most people would say, "I don't understand. This looks long. Looks all even and everything." Now, I've been using tape extensions for about 2 years, and before that I was using clip-ins, and before that I was just plain old wearing my hair up and just trying to hide it as much as I could. It was at the point a couple of years ago where I was actually physically bald on these two sides here, so none of this hair was here, basically. Now I'll show you now. I'm sorry, I apologise that this is not going to be the best quality. Now, straightener fell on the floor. So this is the extensions here. This is an extension, as you can see. And then I have another extension just under there. Now, this is where I mainly pull, these two sides, so I'm not sure how good this is going to be, but if you can see, this is all where I sit there and I go like this, and I pull and I yank, and oh, my hair's all retarded now. And then again, extension, and then another extension. My hair's covering it, but you know, you get the point. So yeah, this is my hair here. Now, it doesn't look that bad, I suppose, from the front, but it's a noticeable difference at the back because I have quite long and thick hair at the back, so I'll just show you that. So this is my hair at the back. This is all my own hair. This is all my own hair at the back. Now, many of you might ask, what have I done to try and stop me from doing this? Now, I tried to do a simple stop. Tried to do that. Doesn't work. I tried to just pull on the extensions, but I found that even though that was working and even though my hair was growing back, I obviously wasn't solving the problem. I also found just having other people tell me, like, Zara, you're pulling on your hair, like, stop pulling on your hair, or like people who didn't know me that well, and I'd be sitting there going like this and they'd be like looking at me like, and they'd be distracted by what I was doing, and I'd go, oh, like, I better stop because this is, you know, this is a bit awkward for them. I also recently went to my doctor to talk to him about it. Now, I will define this experience as nothing less than horrendous. Yeah, that I needed a bit of silence to kind of think about how I wanted to put this to you. I walked into the doctor's office, and and firstly he called me Sarah. Okay, anyone who knows me knows that I fucking hate being called Sarah. I fucking hate it. It just pisses me off to all extremes. My name's Zara with a Z, like not Sarah. Like, anyway, rant over. I walked in there and I sat down and he was typing on his computer, looking away. And let me just also say that he had MSN up. Well, he has a patient in the room. Like, come on, that's bad. That just shows you how, like, not interested he is in what I have to say. Anyway, so I sat down and he said, how can I help you today, Sarah? Anyway, I said, oh, I'm here for a referral today to see a therapist. I should probably mention that a known effective way of managing this is to go see a go and have cognitive therapy. So in order to get the rebate to go see a therapist, you have to have a mental health care plan from your doctor in order to get it cheaper. And I sat down and I said to him, I would like a referral. And he said, okay, what for? And I said, well, I have trichotillomania. And he kind of looked at me like, and he started looking at my hair, and he was like, looking at it. And then I start getting what was going on, because I was just like, it felt like you were almost like, what the fuck? Like, you're coming here, lady, because you pull out your hair? Like, that's honestly how I felt. I honestly felt like that's what he was trying to say. And he said, you pull out your hair, okay. What do you want me to do about it? That's literally what he said, and I was like, well, I don't want you to do anything about it. I just want a referral from you so that I can go see a therapist without breaking the bank and raping myself financially. And he said, okay. So, here we go. Yeah, by the way, he's still typing on his computer. And he goes to me, righto, I'll look up some therapists over here, and he typed in on, no lie, he typed in Trichotillomania therapist, Brisbane. And then he printed the thing out to me, and he said to me, right, okay, here you go. I was like, I did not come to the doctors for you to just do that for me. Like, you don't need to be a doctor to do that. And I was like, he goes, oh, well, you need to actually ring them and make an appointment with them, and then I can actually make you a referral to the person that you want to go see, so you have to come back. And I was like, no, you're going to give me a referral today. Like, I'm not walking out of this office without a referral. So what I'm trying to say is that often people with trick, there's a lot of stigma behind it. There's a lot of unknown, and there's a lot of judgment that goes on with someone who has trick. Such as when I go to the hairdresser as well. Oh my god, when I go to the hairdresser, I cringe, you know. Recently I just went 3 months without getting my regrowth done, which any woman knows as a blonde is just horrendous. Like, it's just hideous, and that is how bad it is. And I knew that this was going to happen. I absolutely knew that. See, even now, I'm sitting here with my eyelash glue, and I'm picking off the eyelash glue, the dry, and I'm going like this. Anyway. And I was sitting there in the hairdresser, and she saw the back of my hair, and she said, oh, like, your hair's really short at the back. Like, what's going on with your hair at the back? You know, in front of all of her clients, you know, out loud, and pulled over this hairdresser over here, like, what's wrong with her hair? And I was like, oh, I have trichotillomania. She's like, oh, okay. Oh, that's cool, you know, like, I'm not judging you, but, like, you know, and I was, like, sitting there, like, really embarrassed and, like, felt like a freak, and I was just like, lady, can you just do my hair? Can you just do my hair? Like, I came here and I paid you $160 to do some foils in my hair. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of stigma with it. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people think it's a bit strange. A lot of people don't really get it. And a lot of people, you know, that typical, why don't you just stop? And it's like, if only I could stop. If only I could just resist the urge to touch these little hairs behind here. You know, as you've noticed, my hair is, I haven't been able to stop touching it because I want to sit here and pull. And that's what I typically do. I will sit there, no lie of a joke, in this most contorted position. And I will sit there. And I will, no joke, this is exactly what I do. This is so embarrassing. But this is exactly what I do. I'll sit there and I'll go like this. And I'll get a little hair like this, and I will go and I will pull it to the point where there's this ball on the end, and I'll just go rip. Right, and sometimes when I was really stressed, sometimes when I was so stressed, I would actually pull like a big, thick piece. Now, I was going to show you. Hang on. I would pull like a big, thick piece, and I would sit there for hours and hours and hours afterwards. And so this is an example of, like, this is how much I would pull out, like, in one go. Like, isn't that fucking disgusting? Anyway, and I would sit here, I sit here, and I pull, and I pull, and I pull, and I just make these little knots, and I go snap, like that, and I just... And I feel like it comes on when I'm nervous, or when I'm, like, having a confrontation, or when I'm feeling upset. I'll sit there and I'll pull. Even when I'm happy, so even when I'm bored, I don't really understand why. Anyway, I think this is going on a bit too long, and I appreciate if you're still watching. I wanted to thank you guys for watching this video. And I really hope that it helped you a little bit, and I'd really love to hear your stories, because I feel like I'm the only person that I physically know that has this. I know a lot of people, like I've seen other people's stories on the internet that have it, but I don't actually know. See, I'm sitting here and I'm twirling now that I have this in my hand. Stop. So yeah, I'll wrap it up now. So thank you so much for watching. Please leave me some comments. I would love to hear your feedback.